Hope everybody is doing well. Good to see you all. Hey, Jim. Hey, Shanna. Hey, Danny. Jana is here as well. Welcome. Shanna will be streaming tonight after me. So if you hang out here at the top of the hour, we will redirect over to Shanna's channel. And rumor has it, if her thumbnail is correct, she may be using this fun little kit that I have yet to open. Well, I did an unboxing and then didn't do anything with it because I just haven't been in a Christmas frame of mind because it's been like 85 for the last couple weeks. So I don't know. The trees say it's fall. It doesn't feel like fall, but I'm sure I will. I'm sure. I mean, I know Jana's in a more southerly climate. I'm sure like 85 in September is normal, but we will see. Welcome, everybody. I was live with Lala last week, or I should say Saturday, which technically was last week. Made some cool little cards for we were using her Smash Your Stash Timber prompts and then doing some Bible journaling inspired stuff. And then this card accidentally hit all the craft roulette parameters, so we're not doing a craft roulette card tonight, but we may be doing something a little bit mysterious after we look at some happy mail. And Lennox is here and says hello. He is a little above the camera at the moment, but he may floop down at some point. But I got a couple swap cards, so I thought we could look at those together. This one is from Cece's Rack. She after Danny's Rack group disbanded, Cece's and Cindy started their own rack. And wow, that's a fun card. I don't even remember what the theme was, which is probably bad, but because I think the theme for everything right now is fall, because it is in my house. But that doesn't mean everybody is in a fall mood. Are you gonna be? You're just going to do a little appearance. If you could not, yeah, let's not, yeah, stay put. Or don't. But this is really cool with the lifted up sentiment. And we have some cool little additional die cuts inside. Always a nice thing. Hey, Pam, how are you? Welcome. Whoa. Please don't cause a craft avalanche. Maybe we will just move you a little. Woo! You can sit on my lap. Or he won't sit on my lap. We'll see. Anyway. So that is that card. And then from Allison, from Allie from of Craft Roulette fame. I think she's been on Craft Roulette. I don't know. She's always in their chat, but from her group, we have a swap card as well. I guess you don't need to know my address. Although most of you probably do due to swaps. But let's see. Oh, this one was a fall theme. Look how pretty. See, these are people who can die cut things correctly the first time. Very nicely done. I think these are colored too. The coloring on particularly the squash is really nice. Anyway, everybody loves autumn, especially me. And there is a nice message inside. So thank you very much. I will have to put these cards aside to make sure I post pictures of them because I'm pretty terrible about doing that. Let me just catch up with you guys and see if I missed much. Hey, Elizabeth, good to see you. I hope you are well. Elizabeth streams on every day of the week almost, but primarily Mondays and Wednesdays on YouTube, and then other times at other places. Hey, Cordelia, how are you? Good to see you as well. Yeah, I thought so. I don't know. I think it's a nice card. Like I like cards like this. Well, I like both of these cards actually because they're both like cards that you could replicate. Like they don't feel like you did something super complicated. But they're both just really beautiful cards. I particularly like. I'm not a twine person, but I like the use of twine on that one. And then I rejoined Kendra's $10 Patreon level and got a mini card kit. So we might do that. We might do day 3 of Halloween. I do need to make a Halloween swap card. So we're definitely doing Halloween, but we might do. Oh, I actually own this already. I think I own this Not Too Shabby paper already. But if it's not too shabby, there's a QR code. But I'm just going to look at the products. It feels very not too shabby. So I'm running with that. But this is very fall, but not Halloween. So I think we're going to see what Spellbinders gives us. We might use some of these because I think these would be really nice colors for a Halloween card, especially the pumpkin-y one. Because I think Shanna might know. I think you did a promo on this paper and I bought it. But I don't recognize this, so I could be wrong. There might be multiple. There are likely many crafter or not too shabby things. And I say that just because what the paper looks like. I could scan the QR code and tell you what it really is, but you know. Oh, did you? Okay. Oh, that's good. When I was on her team, she was very not happy with me when I like misnamed the actual sponsor. But I don't know. Sometimes it's not the best thing. But this will. But with these like sentiment panels, I think this probably must have been in one of the boxes of the month because I don't think I have this one. I have the pumpkin-y one, that ephemera, somewhere on my desk. So I'm hoping for a cat. I don't know if day 3 is a cat. It probably isn't because there's a cat on it. But ooh. Well, that would be neat. We could do a lovely poison bottle with the Halloween. Ooh, with like a trick or treat sentiment, like on this. I think it would be kind of fun, particularly on this paper. Let's do that. Just because I don't think it's a thing Not Too Shabby would ever do. So I think it amuses me. Well, and the thing that's cool about this is if you could see or I could show you, there's an idea. So the actual die here is not the poison insert. You don't actually, or the skull and crossbones. So in theory, what we could do is, I bet we could die cut out our pumpkin spice and everything nice. I don't know if that fits. It's real close. But we could potentially do. I don't like that cuts it off. What is our. Oh, this one works better with the pumpkins. So let's try and die cut out and do a more fall, like a bottle of fall, as opposed to like a poison bottle. And I don't think I'll use the stopper. I think I'll just use the bottle as a bottle. And I think we'll see what the bottle is. I think we want like a fall colored bottle. We could use the cardstock that's included. There's an idea. Yeah, like I'm thinking. I think we get cardstock. Yeah. So I'm thinking we could do this and then color the top a little bit and then cut a label out of here. And if it doesn't work out, we can just redo the card with, poison and whatnot. Oh, thank you, Danny. Danny is all of our angels in, like, actually putting links to products, which, as you all know, I am not good at putting links to products anywhere. Well, I'm pretty good at pre-recorded videos, but yeah, live's not so much. It's like, oh, I'm using this product. But I've been liking these. I've been liking this Halloween box particularly because there's a lot of stuff that, like this, that doesn't have to be Halloween unless you put a Halloween sentiment on it, which I think is pretty neat. Yeah, so we don't really have a ridged look here, but let's go back and look at our die set. Oh, we do have we have the whatever this is, the stoppery part, right? Like this is, I think we can use a remnant, and all we need to do is like color it. But let's see if we can get our other idea to work. If we can, we might need to make another card with the remaining stuff. See, I think this will look really cool because it doesn't look like you're losing anything. And this is slightly too wide. We'll see if it just can go through. Let me find some tape. Here's some used tape, which is great because the Spellbinders tape is really, really sticky and easy to wreck things with. Although this is semi-gloss cardstock, so it should be fine. And then I think we can do our little stopper and have like our little bottle of fall, and potentially this will work. You know, fall in a bottle, very potiony. I think it might be nice to cut a shadow layer if I can find some brown. And this works. Come on. Okay, this is like exactly wide enough to go through here and not be a problem. So, hooray for that. But I think Lynn did a little sneaky peek of some of the stuff in next month's box for Not Too Shabby. So I think I may have to subscribe next month because it looked really cool. Okay, I think this is cool. I want to do a little drop shadow on this, I think. So let's see. And I want a brown that's a little darker. I think that would be nice. Actually, we could recut the bottle too and give this some real weight, which I might do since I have to cut into this paper anyway. We can at least play around with it and see if we like it or not. That actually might be slightly too wide, but we'll see. Let me see what you guys are saying. Ooh, honey wheat sourdough sounds delightful. Oh, your house must smell wonderful, Cordelia. That's one of the things I loved about breaking bread when I worked at home more, is that it would just make everything smell so nice. So I'm thinking is we'll just do a very slight offset, kind of like that. Where's my bottle? So it'll give us a little bit, and then I'll do the same thing for this bottle because this bottle paper is relatively thin, and I'd like to give it a little bit more oomph. But this is a good example of how you can get more mileage out of your stuff. And Spellbinders does a really nice job, usually, of giving you dies that are like reusable in ways that aren't necessarily thematic. I was going to ask you, Shanna, if you know if Spellbinders released any coordinating dies for that Christmas card kit this year, because I know they had released stuff for the last couple. And then we'll do the same thing with this, but this will also give us some more backing to give a little more weight here. And then I think we could just use some of this blonder color, light orange, I don't know, whatever color we want to call this. I think that would work really well. And as sort of a coordinating color on our bottle. Whoops. You haven't had dinner yet. Oh, not that you know of. Okay. Good to know. Per usual, I claimed at one point that I wasn't buying that kit. I also have the Advent calendar, which I forget if I've told that story here yet. I probably have. But I was not going to buy a. Oh, I hope this. Oh, that worked out just perfectly. I wasn't going to do a specific Advent calendar because I had gotten the 12-day Brutus Monroe, but then in a D-Stash group, someone had accidentally bought multiples of the Spellbinders Advent calendar. So I have that too. So I think it will be a very Spellbinders kind of Christmas. But I always love their card kit, their big Christmas card kit, because it's just great for mass making things. Get that out of the way. And let's do a little bit of gluing. And then figure out if we want to do a sentiment on. I guess we don't need to, because this is a sentiment already. So we just sort of need to decide what we're going to do with the bottle. We could do is something more like a Z fold, I think. But we'll see. Let's get the bottle together and then see what we want to do with it. We're doing quite nicely on time, obviously, since this is all essentially working with ephemera. But I don't know. Are you guys getting excited for Christmas yet, or are you still in the oh my goodness, it's 85 out mood? I kind of fluctuate between the two. And Halloween is my favorite holiday that I rarely make any actual projects for, because it's always hard to know who is a fan of Halloween and who is not. And you know, I tend to want to send people things they're going to enjoy. I do like that. I do like this sort of concept of like a bottle of fallness. Although it probably violates some graphic design rules by like having a bottle just randomly floating. I mean, I guess it's a magical bottle, so it's probably fine, but I'm still in the process of like getting into a fall mood, I think. Although fall crafting helps a lot because it is one of my favorite fall things. Thanksgiving is your favorite. Oh, that's cool. Why is that, Danny? It's actually one of my mom's favorite holidays as well. She is somewhat disappointed that Thanksgiving kind of gets lost in the midst of like Halloween and Christmas. It's sort of the thing in the middle that sometimes doesn't quite get the attention it used to. Oh, I do like this. Well, that's coming together kind of nicely. Plus, because it's like 5 layers of paper, this is a really like substantially feeling piece of ephemera now. I wonder if we could like use this as a template and like in sort of ink in with some brown and do sort of a couple of extra bottles in the background to kind of fill out the card a little bit. I kind of like that as an idea. So let's see. So I was thinking about the pumpkin paper. We could also just do this, but then we kind of probably want a sentiment up here of some sort. And we already have a sentiment. My thought was also you could do like, because this is probably close to 3x4. Yeah, I was thinking if you put this, actually, we could do like a 3x4 panel in one of the other patterns. Like we could use both patterns. Maybe I'll do that. And then just put a smaller panel in the middle of the card and then not worry about it being grounded as much. I kind of like that. So I think this one I'm gonna make into a 3x4. Do I want to do 3x4? No, I probably want to do a 1/4 inch less than that. Then I'll do a 3x4 panel. I think I have some of this cardstock left too. Well, that's convenient. I have that, and then I'll do a 3x4 here. I think this is already 4. Well, 4 1/4. Now it's 4. Yeah. Alrighty, and then we can probably use the leaf. Yeah, so we can do this. I kind of like this. So we'll do that, and then ground our little bottle here, and then that doesn't have as much like extra space. Or we could just center it. Maybe I'll do that. It doesn't look quite as crazy as I thought it would. And then just do a top folding A2 and like use this as a panel. So essentially mix our patterns together. I do like that. I think that'll look good. I'm liking that. I'm thinking we could go darker. Except that won't work. But I do think like a darker brown border will work better on this. Let me catch up on the chat. Do you try new Thanksgiving recipes every time, Danny? I'm kind of curious. My family has been fluctuated between wanting to be traditional and then wanting to do something wild and crazy. Yeah, that's true. It is nice for relaxing. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We've always used it as sort of a time to get together as well. It is for sure good for that. There we go. Someday I'm going to be one of those card makers who has like all their pre-cut and pre-scored card bases ready to go, and it's just sort of an effortless little thing. But not today. There we go. And I think I need to cut a 1/4 inch off this guy. I forgot how much I like these kits though, because they're just a lot of fun. This is already for. Oh, this is already the right size. That's convenient. And I didn't lose any primer blades. So I think all we have to do is tape all this stuff together now. There we go. But the thing I always liked about these kits is that like it's a good way to use products that you probably wouldn't use otherwise. Although that's not quite true with Not Too Shabby because I really like their stuff. Although I don't think Jamie would like ever do a poison bottle theme card. But you know, it'll be that's what's fun. You can kind of mix stuff together. If you had a small sentiment, you could just stamp it on, normal-ish cardstock. You know what I mean? Like you could, I think that looks about right. You can, of course, use a ruler if you want to actually get things in the center. Sometimes I do that, other times not. Ooh. Do we like this? Kind of like this better than the leaves, because these are kind of samey. So I think I'll just flip it and use the other side. Although I didn't. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. I made this a little. I made this a little bit weird, but that's fine. It will work out. Oh, and we could use that other sentiment as sort of an inside sentiment. That's too bad. It's too bad that this is off center. That kind of bugs me, but we could put a bit. We have long pieces. We could put a banner over the oopsie. And that would allow us to bring in some of this. So if we just cut this and then cut a little up, but like if we just sort of fishtailed this, I think that actually then we can assume, ooh, I kind of like that. And then the bottle would kind of break that line. So let's do that because that'll hide the oopsie I just did. Let's say an inch and go from there. Yeah. Probably want to take off whatever this is. Let's cut this to 5 inches. Yeah, I like that. And figure out where I put my punch that makes fishtails so I don't have to. Oh, yeah. The back of the paper I really like. Plus, you have a little more contrast in the pattern, so it doesn't look quite as busy. Yeah, I mean, bling works really well, too. I have certainly used bling to cover over many sins of card making over the years. There we go. And I love this thing because I can't cut a banner that looks that good, but this looks like I intended it. Unless you watch the stream and then you know it was an oopsie, but I like that this is sort of a Kendra vibe card anyway. With all the layers, which is nice. And I like the fact that the bottle will kind of mess up the layers a little bit, so it's sort of your unexpected element. None of these patterns really quite look the same, which is nice too. Then we'll sort of center this in the. Oh, I like that. That's gonna be fun. And if you're working with a card like we could actually let's pop this up. I think this would be nice with a little foam. Here we go. And I think I'd be running out of foam adhesive or foam dimension by now, but regardless of how much I use it on things, I always seem to have more left over. There we go. Then we just need some smaller pieces on the side. We don't need to like support every little thing here, but I do want it to be stable. There we go. See, I think that'll look really neat. I'm excited for that. But I will ground it so it looks like it's sitting at the bottom of the frame. Hey Blossom, how are you? Guess what brand we're crafting with? Oh, no worries. It does, Jim. That's a good point. It's nice when accidental things work out that way. Oh, I'm sure I do. I know when you were sending me stuff, I said that I like fall everything, which is true. There we go. This is very sticky foam tape. Let's be a little careful. Not all that careful, but a little careful. Hmm. I like, yeah, like here I like, but I like it sort of overlapping a little bit. There we go. I'm thinking what we could do is put an inside piece on this and then use this other sentiment on it. If I have white somewhere. And of course I do. There we go. And I'm kind of breaking my own rules because I usually like to stretch these kits, but there's not a lot left after you do a bunch of layering. But I'm thinking what we could do is just glue this down, and I kind of like that because the fonts are similar, as is the sentiment. So, and you could certainly use some more of these remnants. Well, I might do that. I see another pattern that might be really nice as another banner, because I like banners, especially when I can use the punch to finish the ends off. Although really they're not that hard to do in real life. It just requires a little bit of thought. Sometimes more than I want to give it, but you know. What I was thinking is we've got this little piece is probably just 4 inches. So we could just do that at the bottom. Ooh, I like that. I mean, you won't really be able to write a message, but there's already an inside sentiment. Although you can always, which I've done a few times, you can always just like put a note in the card if you really want to write a lot. But I am liking this. This is a fun fall card. There we go. It's a Halloween. It's a fall card we made out of a Halloween card. Oh, that's a nice name, Blossom. We're only at 35 minutes. So why don't we make a Halloween card? Because I got plenty of Halloween stuff. And there was a. Let's do another card because we can. Also, because I found this Bitty Penny thing, and I think this looks very Raven Halloweeny. And I can do a bonus. We can do a bonus craft roulette card because why not? Anyway, let's cut this to a panel size, and we can go for it. My thought is we could potentially. Oh, these are the wrong sentiments. Anyway, let's find the Halloween sentiments. These are my standard thank you for being a friend ones. But I know I have Halloween ones here because I had them on my desk yesterday. Unless they... Oh, I could use this one. This would be cool. This one says it... this one says if the broom fits right at. I think that would be fun to stamp like right here. So I kind of want to do that. I don't know who I would send a if the broom fits right at card to, but you know, I'm sure I have. But we basically have we have a bird that's already soot colored. We already have Sunflower Fields colors basically like totally legitimately, and we have a bird. So this is... And it's a dude's card because I made it. So, you know, it's like a craft roulette card in like record time. And I think technically as a member, I can submit a bonus card or some such thing with the parameters, which I've never done, but we will have to figure it out because I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that. I'm usually lucky if I get one card done, but I think this is going to be fun. And also take like 5 minutes. So maybe we'll make a third card. I guess this is what it feels like to be Shanna. And you're like, I've made 6 cards in an hour. But I need my Stampy doodad. I've never actually tried stamping on this bitty penny paper, so this will be an experiment for us all. But I think it should work well. It's worked well for basically everything else. And the Be Creative ink I like so much is actually a hybrid. I think we can just... Except that might be upside down. Yeah. I'm thinking we can just sort of stamp over this area. Because there's not really a bunch going on. I don't really want to obscure the sun or moon or whatever that is. But I'm kind of liking this as an idea. And the card I made for Bitty Penny, I wound up giving away. So, you know. But it will be an experiment for us all because this is sort of a glossy paper, so I'm curious how well it stamps. Because I've never tried it. But if it doesn't work, you could probably use something like StazOn on basically anything. But it will stain your stamps. Oh, that worked really well. Wow, that worked great. I'm going to clean this and give it a little more time than I think it needs to dry because I don't think it's gonna really soak into this paper given how it's printed. It's if you haven't used it in real life, it's a fairly high gloss paper. Well, not quite a high gloss, more like a semi-gloss. We could put a little broom writing. I might put the broom writing spider on the inside. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I really should put some screen. But as you can see, like you can see how as a pigment it can just sit on top, which is kind of neat. You could also, I think, emboss this if you wanted to, which is something I never do, and I said I was going to do it this year, so maybe we should do that next time. That's not the white paper I just had. I might need a new piece of white paper because I'm not sure where I put that one, which is kind of weird considering I had it like 4 seconds ago. But streaming is kind of like that sometimes. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it just slipped onto the floor. So there's that. Think I will see if I have any sentiments in the ephemera pack that we were playing with last time, because I forgot to stamp this before I stuck it down. So, but I did like how that sort of looked with the bitty petting paper. See if I can figure out where I put that. That is not yet. Oh, here it is. There we go. We do have another Hey Pumpkin that would look. Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. That would work. Yeah, unless there's something better in here. Because there were some other things that were really fun. And that one's a little on the big side. Oh, this would be perfect. No tricks, just treats. That I like. But I think I want to use one of my brown remnants to just sort of back that so that it looks like it has something to do with the rest of the card. So let's do that. And then we'll put the front on this. And we're still doing fine on time. I always forget when I use a bunch of ephemera, it's like cuts down on how long cards take to bring together, like dramatically. Although I don't know, I feel like Black Cats would always be up to some sort of trickery. Have a nice night, Danny. And a good week if I do not talk to you at some point soon. I think that's about right. A little bit extra, but we can cut this side, I think, first and then go back. Yeah. Well, that one was a little. That. There we go. I think. Well, we can just scissor trim this, I think. Yeah, there we go. Let me just trim a little bit more of this border off the other two sides, so it looks a little bit more consistent. There we go. Oopsie averted. I think stylistically, this kind of makes sense with the. I'm not going to glue it down, but like I think that kind of works. They're both kind of spooky without being inherently scary. I guess unless you don't like black cats, but I'm not sure how that works. And I think I gave this plenty of time to dry, but if I just mess up the sentiment, if that were a thing to happen, I think that all I would have to do is just put a sentiment, just put a sentiment over the sentiment. But that was just perfectly fine. Yep, it dried quite nicely. So hybrid inks on the bitty penny paper work nicely. And we are. So I think we have our 2 cards. So I do have my Halloween swap card done. I didn't actually look who my partner is. Hopefully, it's nobody who's here. If it is, you have a surprise. But this is the first card we more or less smashed the whole Kendra's Mystery Card kit to make. Obviously, you wouldn't have to do that. So if you kept your big pieces separate as sort of your base layers, you could get multiple cards. We also pulled in the Spellbinders die set and then did some additional work on the inside. I really like this card. This is pretty. And then I used my Bitty Penny Remnant to do a secondary Crash Roulette card and with her little kitties on the inside. So those are the 2 cards today. I don't think there's. Oh, that's not true. On the first, there should be an unboxing of the November Crafty Crew kit. Should be up on my channel once I record it. But I do have the actual stuff, so that should be up, and then there will be some inspiration from that in the near future. Well, I'll leave it as a surprise what the theme is. It's not Crafty J because we already did that. But in any event, I will be over in Shanna's channel in shortly because she picks up in about 10 minutes. So feel free to hang out. And I will see you guys next time. I should be back here next Sunday if you don't see me before then. Anyway, great to see you all. Hope you have a great rest of your week. If I can find buttons.